If I could go back and give my 15-year-old self just 5 pieces of advice, I'd probably save myself years. And here's the scary part. Almost every teenager makes these mistakes. Not because they're lazy, not because they're dumb, because nobody ever tells them. The last mistake is the one almost everyone realizes when it's already too late. Now, before you think this is another motivational speech, these aren't huge life-changing decisions. They're tiny habits, the kind you don't even notice, but they quietly stack up every single day. Mistake number 5, trying to look older instead of becoming older. A lot of teenagers spend hours worrying about looking mature, buying expensive clothes, trying to sound cool, pretending they know everything. But here's the truth. Nobody respects someone because they look mature. People respect competence. Imagine 2 16-year-olds. One spends 3 hours every day scrolling Instagram. The other spends those same 3 hours learning editing, coding, drawing, public speaking. Fast forward 5 years. Who do you think people naturally respect? Exactly. Looking successful lasts seconds. Actually, becoming successful lasts forever. And that's where mistake number 4 gets even worse. Mistake number 4, waiting until tomorrow. I'll start next week. I'll start after summer. I'll start when school ends. But tomorrow is the biggest lie you'll ever tell yourself. Because tomorrow always becomes another tomorrow. Here's something most people never realize. Your habits aren't built on motivation. They're built on identity. If you tell yourself you're someone who procrastinates, you'll keep procrastinating. Instead, become someone who starts before they're ready, even if it's just 5 minutes. Because 5 minutes today beats 5 hours you'll never do next month. And speaking of wasting time, this next mistake steals more time than almost anything else. Mistake number 3, living someone else's life. Think about it. How many opinions do you hear every day? Friends, TikTok, Instagram, teachers, parents, YouTubers. Eventually, you stop asking yourself what you actually want. You start chasing what looks impressive, not what makes you happy. One day you'll wake up and realize you've been climbing someone else's ladder. That's why it's so important to spend time alone. No phone. No music, just your own thoughts. Because if you don't choose your direction, someone else will. Mistake number 2, thinking small decisions don't matter. Nobody ruins their future overnight. It happens one tiny choice at a time. Skipping homework once, sleeping an hour later, watching just one more video, ordering junk food again. Each decision feels harmless, but your brain keeps score. Tiny choices become habits. Habits become identity. Identity becomes your future. And if that's true, then the opposite is also true. Reading 10 pages, doing 10 push-ups, saving $5, learning for 15 minutes. Those tiny wins compound too. Which brings us to the biggest mistake. Mistake number 1, thinking you have unlimited time. When you're 15, 25 sounds ancient, 30 feels impossible to imagine. But life moves unbelievably fast. One day you're finishing middle school, then suddenly you're applying for jobs, paying bills, wondering where the years went. The biggest regret adults have isn't usually failing. It's waiting. Waiting to start, waiting to learn, waiting to ask someone out. Waiting to chase an idea, waiting to become who they want to be. The clock doesn't suddenly speed up, you just finally notice it. So if you're a teenager watching this, don't try to change your entire life tonight. Pick one thing, one habit, one skill, one decision. Start there, because your future isn't built by one giant moment. It's built by the tiny choices nobody else ever sees. And I'm curious, Which mistake do you think teenagers make the most? Let me know in the comments. You might help someone before they make the same mistake.